I mean, deep inside, we all knew Ben Askren couldn't do it, but come on, Tyron. We believed in you. You let us down. You're an absolute embarrassment to the MMA community. Oh my God, I honestly can't believe that Tyron Woodley lost that fight. It blows my mind. You know what? Welcome to another episode of Sports Talk. As always, I'm Mirza and I'm here with my brother Mustafa.
We're not even going to do an episode today. This is just going to be a rant against Tyron Woodley. But first, shout out to Jake Paul. I don't want anyone to take away anything from what he did. He just beat I think 5-time UFC welterweight champion, third best of all time after George St. Pierre and Kamaru Usman. And I don't want to hear that he's not fighting boxers, because boxers in the first 4 or 5 fights fight worse people than Tyron Woodley. They fight people that are like 0-6, 0-10. So he's fighting better competition in his 4th fight than all boxers almost when they start off their career. Give him the respect. He fought a great fight, and I don't want to hear that it's rigged either. You want to explain that?
Yeah, definitely. All these people that are saying that the fight is rigged. Again, first of all, hats off to Jake Paul. I thought he fought a phenomenal fight. He ate some hard punches, and he kept coming. He kept going, and he's never been in an 8-round fight, and he proved that he could. Yes, he got tired. Yes, he got sloppy, and he might not be the best boxer, but he's still learning. But to everyone that thinks that this fight is rigged, please go and watch the last few fights of Tyron Woodley in the UFC. Just watch the last few fights, other than I think his last fight that he got knocked out when he was aggressive. Just watch his fights, and you'll see how timid Tyron Woodley fights. This is not rigged. When Tyron Woodley hurts you, he doesn't go for the kill, and not as of recent. He did in the beginning of his career, at the height of his career. He definitely did. A very phenomenal fighter at the height of his career. Like my brother said, he's the 3rd best welterweight of all time, one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters of all time. And I get, yes, MMA and boxing are 2 separate sports, but he still trained boxing for longer than Jake Paul has trained boxing for. So to say that he has less training under his belt is just, it blows my mind. But for anybody that thinks it's rigged, go back and watch Tyron Woodley's last few fights. He fights like this. He's always timid. He's not aggressive. Not always. He has been timid for his last few fights. He's not aggressive at all. Even when he hurts his opponent, he doesn't go for the kill. And he made the same mistake this time. When he hurt Jake Paul and he had him against the ropes, he should have went for it. I don't believe this fight was rigged at all, because I've seen Tyron fight. Had I not seen it, maybe I would think that. But, shout out to Jake Paul. Fought a phenomenal fight.
Yeah, Tyron, I think this is it for Tyron. He needs to retire. He just needs to retire. He's an embarrassment for MMA, in my opinion. He did great things in MMA. Like, we can't hate on Tyron too hard, but, this was just sad. This should disqualify him from the UFC Hall of Fame. And still, don't take away anything from Jake Paul, because he's beaten. All hats off to Jake. This was unbelievable performance, because he went 8 rounds. Everyone thought he couldn't go 8 rounds. Everyone thought that all the MMA fans and community thought he was going to lose, get knocked out, because he's fighting a better striker than Ben Askren. And I don't know what to say about Tyron Woodley anymore.
Tyron, man, I really believe that you could do this. But hats off to Jake Paul. Fought an absolute phenomenal fight. But hey, Tyron, get that tattoo. Get whatever you need to get this rematch. Get that rematch. Get that rematch and fight more aggressive this time. Maybe you can do it. Don't let us down again.
But I was cheering for Jake Paul. Come on, man. YouTube all the way. Jake Paul.
Yeah, man, I have nothing against Jake Paul, but I thought Tyron Woodley was going to win. I didn't really go for either guy. It didn't matter to me, but I really thought Tyron Woodley was going to win. I thought his experience in fighting, yes, he's not a boxer, but his experience, he's trained boxing for longer, would help him overcome. But, at the same time, I had this fear in the back of my mind that he's going to fight like he fought his last few fights in the UFC. He's going to be timid. He's going to be scared. And that's exactly what he did. You let me down, Tyron.
And for all those people that think Tyron won the fight, you gotta be kidding me. He lost. He won maximum 3 rounds. He lost the fight. Don't be sad because he's one of your MMA community fighters. Don't be sad because he's bringing the sport of MMA down. it is what it is. He lost to Jake Paul.
Yeah, definitely lost. To all the people that think he won, don't let the hate for Jake Paul blind you into seeing the truth. He won that fight. He won that fight pretty easily, in my opinion.
If you know the sport of boxing, you know he won the fight. He kept on the outside. He played a smart fight. He used his jab. He threw a bit more combinations. He got a little tired towards the end, and it got a little sloppier after that. But it was his first 8-round fight, so give him the respect. Don't take away from his victory like a lot of people are doing, saying it's rigged, saying he's not fighting a boxer. He's fighting better competition than most boxers in to start off their career. It's not rigged. If you watch the UFC, his past 3-4 fights, Tyron Woodley fights like this. He's not aggressive. He just, I don't know. I think it's about time he hangs up the gloves. And I guess he didn't know about those. As Jake Paul's trainer said, he don't know about them boxing gloves. And he needs to stick. I don't know what Tyron can do next. If he doesn't get this rematch, I think he should just call it a career, because there's no reason for him to fight anymore.
I mean, he had a phenomenal MMA career. The third best welterweight of all time, one of the best UFC fighters of all time. Hats off to Tyron for that. But boxing, that's not his forte. That's not you, Tyron. Hang up those gloves while you still can. Don't take any more damage for no reason. You've had a successful fighting career. You've had a successful athletic career. Most people dream of having a career like you. Hang up those gloves while you're still on top. Do not box. That's not you. You're not good enough for that.
That's it for today. For whatever you call this, an episode, a rant, whatever it is. It's just... But once again, shout out to the whole card, though. Just not that fight. Shout out to the whole card. Shout out to Jake Paul actually donating $1 million of his own money of his purse to the fighters on the card so they can make more money. He's doing a lot of good. Give him the respect where he deserves. He's bringing a lot of eyeballs to the sport of boxing. He's getting the people that don't get paid a lot more money. He even made Tyron, who's considered one of the greatest of all time, his biggest paycheck. He's helping out everyone. He's focused on boxing. We'll see where he goes. Maybe he can reach the top, maybe he can't, but we'll see. A shout out to Jake Paul. I guess shout out to Tyron as well. And
Whoa. Before you end it, since you brought up pay, there should be no way that this should be Tyron's highest pay he's gotten. No way. With a phenomenal UFC career that he's had for as long as he's held the belt, there's no way this should be his highest paid fight. Dana White, you need to start paying your fighters. That's just embarrassing. And for female boxing, they don't make that much money. Come on, with a record like Serrano has, there's no way she should make the most money now. She should have already made this much money. So I don't know, man. These fighters need to start getting paid more. And Dana White, man, you need to do something. Start paying your fighters more. Don't just waste all your money on Conor McGregor. Although you're underpaying him as well. Pay your fighters more.
well, that's it for today. We got off what we needed to. And thank you guys for listening. Stay safe, stay healthy. This has been Sports Talk from two Canucks up north, eh?